Alright, good morning, gang. I thought I had to start the stream because I said 4, and then I had to go do something really quick. I thought it would take a bit longer, but it wasn't that bad. Hi Sketchy, hi Sandy, hi Shiro, hi Jax, hi Tio, hi Earthquake. Thank you all for the good lucks and the wins. Before I do team reveal, I'm gonna make sure I have all the items I need. I should. So I'm pretty sure I double checked it before I stopped last time. Just gonna make sure. I need black belt, I need expert belt. I'll need to swap my scanner, which is pretty normal. I need the ice gem. Went and did all the 115 fights for the focus sash. Is there any other black belt band? Berries. Should still have my Treeland berry and my Roat berry. Hello, Nick. Thank you for the good luck. Code this is not a necessary item, but I mean, I should have it. There's no reason why I wouldn't. Okay, yeah. It's a silly one. In case there's some weird bug. Treeland? We're doing something. It's not the craziest Treeland usage, but it is important. Hello, SRI. Thank you for the follow and for the good luck. SRI probably... You're like the one guy who theoretically shouldn't need to say good luck. You know exactly what's going to happen, at least for most of these fights. Silver powder. Yep. That should be everything. I actually don't need a crazy amount of items here. TMs. Yup. 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 Okay. And then obviously HMs. Alright. We got the Turtle Gang guy in the party. Let's get the team. So, I kind of revealed this when I did my 115 stream for the last couple fights. It was really, really good for me to go ahead and just rip some of my E4 investment on one of my guys. And it's kind of the most obvious. I guess this is like final chance to get in any team guesses. I will say I'm not bringing Torterra, and I have a second box over here. I'm not bringing any of these guys. The only real two contenders would be like Grimmsnarl, Sableye. I am not bringing them. So 6 of these 30. I'll give you the freebie. I'm bringing not Galvantula. My controller double input. We're bringing Urshifu. Turtle not showing up. Nah. Lantern. Yeah. Sableye. Sableye has, like, very, very minor E4 tech. But, yeah, no. Grimmsnarl would be a little better. This guy basically just gets, like, Fake Out and Detect. So he's like a diet Togedemaru. I sacked my Tog just for convenience on the final route. It just worked out. But yeah, this guy, I already went ahead and put the candy on him. I put the HP scale on him and made him jolly. He was originally adamant. Not adamant, naughty. Plus attack. So Urshifu already has the E4 investment. Kind of a given. You have Dark Shifu, you probably bring him to the E4. Unless you have a really, really cracked fighter or like Guts Obstagoon. The only guy who ever really could have replaced him would have been my natural Adamant Absol, but I accidentally got this guy killed in erratic weather, so. Actually, would have been kind of fun. I thought about it for a bit. Okay. Next one, out of these, well, 29 now, I guess. We got the Dark Shifu. So we're going to start piling in some support. So we're bringing Golisopod. Again, Golly is just like, you kind of have Golly. He fits really well into an E4. This guy's pretty solid. Doesn't really need much. Big thing with Golly is 90% of the time, I feel like, probably even higher, he's a 0 scale guy. And scale econ did kind of matter. I had 13 scales available to me. I use all 13 on my other people. So getting people that use 0 was really big. We've got this awesome moveset. I only need first impression here. So it works out. Third guy. Who do I want to do next? I know who my last two are. This one's also kind of a given. I feel like if you look at this box, you can kind of see, and if you know E4s at all, like, we're bringing Slowbro. Hey, this guy's just pretty solid into E4 as well. This guy is cracked. Max HP, high special attack. Another 0 scale guy, saving a ton of econ for me. Still has heal pulse. I will not be bringing that. Be bringing Slack Off Future Sight. This is only one other guy that I can really do next. Heal Pulse E4? Nah, Heal Pulse was for Seafloor Cavern, the Holucha there, so I could get my Sticky Barb back. It was a really fun line. It was really cool. Shout out Strax for working with me on that line. Basically finding it for me. I would have never thought of Heal Pulse Slowbro in a million years. So we've got our Fighting Dark, we've got our support pivoter, we've got a big wall. We need like one more really good solid offensive option. And that's gonna be Beedrill. Beedrill has its stone, which it shouldn't actually, but Beedrill is honestly just a gap filler in this team. If I think about it, Beedrill could have almost been Goodra in this squad. Original plans that I made had Goodra in that role, and it just was... I think I could have made it work, but B also helps out with one other spot that Goodra couldn't, so it edged out. So we're bringing to B. This guy's a scale eater, but you know, pretty good. Attack scale, speed scale, U-turn scale. Not going to be doing a whole lot in this E4, but does just what I need. And now are the kind of fun ones. I think I mentioned a couple times that I do not have any uniques. I'm not doing any uniques. I couldn't make the Avalug Rock E4 work. I couldn't make, who else? Like, Azumarill. I don't know if that's jammed. I couldn't make Aju E4 work. I looked at a couple of these gimmick ones. I looked at Avalug for a bit, but those ones are off the board. I looked a bit at Galvantula. It actually was okay. But we need a better support Pokemon than Galvantula with Sticky Webs. That mon's going to be Holucha. I have been a crazy hater of this guy for most of my run, basically since I got it. It really has done nothing. It's come to, at most, like 7 fights in my game. And that's partially because I've just like had good options over it throughout the run. Like having Beedrill definitely makes Holucha a little less noteworthy, but this is a unburdened Holucha. His 0 attack, decent speed, kind of okay bulk. But this is the guy that puts this E4 together. And if it works, I'm taking it all back. I'm taking all the Halucha slander back. Because he's going to be supporting one final demon. And if you think about E4 teams, right, what are we missing at this point? We're missing... So common E4 staples are a fairy. I don't really have a fairy. Yeah, fairy. Roamers. So that would also fit the bill because I've got, you know, Enamorous and Thunderous. Both pretty solid roamers. And as Shiro mentions, we're missing a dragon. Now, we've got some good dragons in the box, and honestly, we've had some pretty good dragons all run. We got Kingdra, we got Turtonator. There's another dead one in here, right? We've got Gudra over here. This is Shell Armor Gudra. And a standard would probably be Dragapult. This guy's kind of a bum, and I honestly never really saw the vision. Especially once I started looking at the real hero. We're bringing Garchomp. This guy has easily become my favorite Pokemon to use in the entire game. This guy has been champed 2 times, at least that I saw on the sheet. And it's been a long time. I am really, really excited to use Garchomp. This looks like a Game Corner Mon with the stats it has. This had attack scale back in Flannery Gym, speed scale back in Erratic Weather. We're bringing Lucha after the slander. Yep. It's gonna redeem itself. Garchomp is really, really cool. I think this guy is heavily underrated for E4. Not just for the way that I'm going to use it, but just in general. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff that this guy could do. And it's just been generally underexplored, because frankly, the Mon is kind of hard to get in most runs. Like, you're either getting this from Jagged, or you're getting it from GC. Those are really the only 2 spots. And, like, Magma Hideout. But generally, people are looking for, like, other things like Hydreigon in Magma Hideout, right? This guy is really, really cool. So this is the squad. We're going no Fairy. We're going no Roamer. And we're going Garchomp Solo Dragon. I do have to mess with movesets and swap my scanner. No Ghost. Yeah, Ghost is also another, like, notable one. Usually, some people bring, like, some really gimmicky ghosts. Like, Frostlass has one just off the fact that it's a ghost type that can switch in to some stuff. And, like, I have ghosts like that. Like, I have Sableye. Bolt is also used as a defensive ghost, but then an offensive dragon in E4 pretty commonly. I've had Frostlass. I actually did look at Basculegion. Basculegion was on an original run-up of this team that I used. Because it does stuff on Wallace as well. It's able to beat chipped Palkia into chaining Manaphy with Final Gambit, which is kind of cool. But that does require a scale. You're just a shop, right? Yeah. Okay. Thankfully, I do have a flyer. You need to not have your item. Slowbro is basically a fairy. I like seeing the fight order guesses. So for E4, for our scanners, I need a choice band. And that's it. This is a 1-scanner E4. I do not need this choice scarf. Just a choice band. I need to buy some basic healing. Supers work. I have full heals. We can start on some moveset changes. I have all of these written down. I'll do movesets, which I can do now, and then I'll do scales. So I need Brick Break on Garchomp over Rock Tomb. And then I need Ice Punch on Urshifu over Rock Tomb. I had a double Rock Tomb line on the last trainer. It was kind of silly. Other things I can go ahead and teach right now. Rock Smash to Slowbro. Remove Heal Pulse. And where is it? Body Press. And just give these now. Any other TMs? Yes, one other. I need a Rock Tomb on Halucha. This guy's moveset is going to be absolutely decimated. I don't need acrobatics. And now it's scale and candy time. So I got 3 candies, 9 scales left over. I've already done my Urshifu investment. For the candies, I honestly don't even need 2 of these, but it's just convenient to do them, and I calced it like that. I need a candy on Garchomp. That one is required. Candy on B, candy on Slowbro. I have no IVs left to maximize. We have 9 scales. I'm going to be doing 2 nature changes. If you're bringing Beedrill, the guy kind of has to be plus attack. You can't really bring this guy if he's not plus attack for like a couple kills. So, Chicago to Adamant. And we're going to do one other nature change. The reason why this guy is so crazy... Garchomp is a base 102 speed Pokemon, which means when you make him max speed, he naturally outspeeds every single base 100, and there are so many of those in the E4. Jolly Garchomp is absurd. It makes me feel so, like... It's like the perfect reward to be able to make this guy jolly, because I had minus speed Garchomp all run. He looks kind of crazy now. We have 3 more scales. We're going to teach 3 moves. Alucha. I don't have a Tailwind TM. We're getting rid of close combat. Alucha gets another move. Probably its main one. We're giving it Encore. And then one more move. We're giving Halucha, the move that really makes this all work. You caught on, Shiro. It's coaching time. You get to run this awesome moveset. Rock Tomb, Encore, Tailwind, Coaching. So that's all the scales from my game, all my candies. I have a choice band. I should have everything. It's all the investment. I have the Ice Gem, the Focus Sash, Expert Black on the belts. Silver Powder. Okay. And the one thing, I need 1 TM. I need a Rock Tomb TM for later. Every other team, well, this and Weather Ball. Okay. That should be everything. I have my berries. Double check on my Mega Stones. It would be kind of weird if I didn't have the Mega Stones at this point. Yeah. Rock Tomb TM, Body Press, Weather Ball. So now it's just pre-damage and go. I was able to alter my pre-damage last night to something a little more simple that doesn't mess with anything on one of the guys. So that was nice at least. I am a filthy scripter, so I'm just going to be doing that here. I'm probably going to script for the... I have to do like some pre-toxic pre-damage at one point. That's only after Sydney going into Phoebe, I believe. I'm only going to do that one time. Because I have to get 2 Pokemon who are both pre-poisoned to precise HP. And I'm too lazy to actually do it myself. I'll just do it raw. Dude, I'm going to fumble on it for like, like 10 minutes. I'll look if it's close. So I need to pre-toxic Slowbro. Pre-toxic Glycopod, so you can put it at precise HPs. Pre-damage Slowbro, really low. Pre-damage Urshifu. And pre-damage Garchomp. 340. Okay. Items. You don't actually need an item. Black belt. I'll go ahead and unmute now because we're basically here. Goodbye, Spotify. Halucha gets a pretty good item. Some would say its favorite item. This is what I need the Treeland Berry for. Hi, Aubrey. Thank you for the good luck. And for the first fight, we're gonna get a first. This will be the first Mega Garchomp E4. Both people that used Garchomp prior, Gremmy and Omar, did not use Mega Garchomp. This guy has never been used, as far as I could find, on like main sheet runs. I don't know about like New Game Pluses or One Death runs or anything. So we get to do Mega Garchomp. And then Golly needs the Choice Band. Beedrill does not need an item. Okay. I have everything as it should be in my calc. A Brick Break, yes. Mega Chomp is too slow. Ah, you're right, I should recalc. Alright, movesets. Future Sight, Slack Off, Body Press, Rock Smash. I have the Weather Ball TM for later. And, yeah. CC, Sucker, Wicked Blow, Ice Punch. Rock Tomb, Tailwind, Encore Coaching, Reburnt. You're at the right HP? Yeah. Earthquake, Dual Chop, Brick Break, Outrage. 340, the Garchomp bite. I, a moveset of all time. Free poison or free toxic with choice band. You're completely fine as long as you're adamant. It'll get used later. I don't use Beedrill in this first fight. You don't need an item. One final save. I have healing. Poison ticks actually don't matter here. Got plenty of healing, plenty of supers. No revives. Okay. There. Gonna check my items one more time. Expert belt. Black belt is on Shifu. Silver powder. I don't actually need the life orb on this E4, and I don't need the scanner. I think the only other one I use is like I throw Shed Shell on a guy just cause. And I have the Roat Berry. Yes. Let's do it. Okay. So poison ticks actually don't matter on Slowbro. I just need him under 32 HP. And heal up Golly just because literally red card gets used. Red card on Lucha would be kind of crazy. It's very, very hard to use red card. I will not be using red card in this run. I did not need any of the items on 123 except for the Slowbro Knight. I didn't need the eject button, the eject pack, or the red card. Thank you, Windows sound. What was that for? Oh, I thought it was telling me OBS, like, disconnected. No. Not using red card. Item that's used, but like, that's been used like 2 times ever in an E4. Yeah, for shame. A little too late to check now, but 324, free burn. 340. Got eject pack in the party. You have the Golly. I won't be using any Golly exits this fight, though. We're gonna be doing Sydney doubles. This will start out as a pretty bog standard Sydney doubles. Very controllable turn 1. You got your guy at low HP, baiting fake out from Incineroar. You got your Urshifu on the field. Jolly Urshifu naturally outspeeds Articuno, and can Oko with Wicked Blow, ignoring the attack drop. We're gonna swap out Slowbro for Treeland Berry Palucha. We're gonna Wicked Blow, removing the Articuno. The important thing about the Treeland Berry here, it doesn't actually matter for the damage reduction. It is literally just to lose an item. This could have been Yaboka Berry, it could have been really anything else, but Treeland was the easiest thing for me to route while I was E4 routing, because I knew there was like 0% chance I was going to use the item on the optionals, so I didn't have to worry about like Yaboka's on harder fights earlier in the game. Our Urshifu baits out the opposing Urshifu. Because it's a speed tie, it sees fast KO. We have to be pre-damaged here, so it always goes for the KO. It's going for close combat right now. Pretty standard again. Palucha is now easily the fastest thing on the field. It already was for this field state, but now it's at like 520 speed. We're going to Encore the Incineroar into Fake Out. and we're going to switch straight to Garchomp on a close combat. This Urshifu has a Focus Sash. But with Garchomp's insano ability, Rough Skin, we just ignore it. Chomp eats this close combat for 50%, never dies to crit, and is pre-damaged so that way it will always bait an attack off Mineral. Rough Skin breaks the Focus Sash, and Jolly Garchomp outspeeds this Urshifu. Now, Chomp and Hawlucha are both faster, so I don't need to set Tailwind. So I get to rip the first coaching of the E4. And notably, we cannot Mega here. Mega will make us slower than Urshifu. +1, no damage boost, but defense dropped Urshifu. With the Rough Skin chip, this does 89% to Urshifu. So the Rough Skin chip was really important. Another way I could have done this was just like Rocky Helmet Golisopod, but it really worked. It just worked out completely fine to do this. Because then I would have had to have Chomp at like really low HP anyways, so it just cut out Golly. Garchomp shows fast KO to both Overquill and Gyarados in the back, which notably are the two Intimidators, meaning the only guy who can come in is Darkrai. It actually sees fast KO on Garchomp. Lucha over Avalugg? I know, I couldn't believe it either, Shrimp. This Darkrai is faster than my Garchomp, but it is not faster than my Hawlucha. The reason why I needed Unburden that turn on entry was so that way I could fast Tailwind. And right now we're not showing kill to Darkrai with Brick Break. But with Mega Garchomp, +1 Brick Break does 100.3% to this Darkrai. It gets it by 1 damage. So we're basically Choice Band Mega Garchomp right now. In Tailwind. This is the final turn of Incineroar's Encore, so now we have to kill it. Again, we're showing fast KO to both Overquill and base Gyarados in the back, meaning the only guy who can come in, it goes in party order, is Overquill. Notably, both the Pokemon on the field right now are kind of weak to ground moves. So even though we get intimidated, we can just coaching to go back up to +1 and field wipe. +1 EQ easily kills both these guys. No spread bug needed. It wouldn't even happen because I'm in slot 2. We field wipe, and there's only one guy left in the back. So now we're just in a 2v1. We do get intimed, and sadly, Garchomp cannot get this kill. Garchomp's HP was really variable here. I have to just full field reset against this Gyarados. Even if I go +1 again, the Outrage doesn't really do much. It does like 80%. It can't really kill. So we're going to go ahead and just full field reset. This guy's doing basically completely random move into either slot. I can't control him. The only important thing is that that Tailwind is still up for one more turn after this. One of his moves is Icy Wind. But Urshifu will still outspeed, even if it's Icy Wind, because of the Tailwind. We switch in 2 guys who can just take the hits. They should never die to any crits from any moves. Okay. If Golly gets crit there by one of the harder hitting attacks that could go into it, then we just E-exit and go right back to Garchomp. We now... So, the only thing with this turn is we basically won. Golisopod can steal the kill from Urshifu. I think this is like a... It's like a 70% range or something for this Choice Band First Impression to kill. So, it would be cool if he got it. Because Urshifu really doesn't need these. Nice. +1 Golly E4 kill. That's one fight down. Listen to what this loser has to say. Bro got setup sweeped. Okay. So I'm doing Slowbro lead again. I can walk to the next room, that's not an issue. My Slowbro isn't low enough. Yeah, no, it's fine. So, healing. This is the one fight where I need both Slowbro and Golisopod at really precise HPs. Everyone else gets healed. Doing Super Potion, so this is fine. I don't want to get rid of Halucha's Burn. So I need Slowbro at 313. And then Golisopod at 262. So that's a difference of what, 51? So how do I do this? They're like 59 off from each other right now. So would I just like heal Slowbro to full and then... What are they off by now? 126. It's not enough. See, I just like don't really... In my brain, I don't know how to do this. I think... Does it work if I take... I think it works if I take one more damage and then heal Slowbro? And then they're on like the right integer value. I think that's right. And then I run around for a bit. Till Slowbro's at 313. $182. Yeah, so I just need to Oran Berry Dolly up now. Up to 262. This is the only time I have to do this in E4. Afterwards, it's pretty simple. I have no move changes. You get the Slowbro Knight. Dolly obviously is gonna get a Citrus Berry. Urshifu has enough PP. Yes, it's fine. Hi, Izzy. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the good luck. I assume the LMVax induced raid. Gave no guidance. Awesome. Like to hear that. Beedrill gets its favorite item, the Roap Berry. And Garchomp gets a Citrus. And I don't need Hawlucha for this fight. $313, $262, no move changes. I'm gonna be paranoid about this. I'm gonna let it check like any move that I used. Like I used a Wicked Blow. I know I don't ever need to do Tailwind, but I know coaching can get kind of low. Alright. Yeah, I'm being overly paranoid about this, but... Slowbro lead. Items. Slowbro Knight. Citrus. Choice Band. Roap. Citrus. We got a Dark Shifu. Generally, that means you're going to be looking at a Phoebe singles. Hardest part, usually, to figure out when you have Dark Shifu with a Phoebe singles is how to beat the Crobat, how to break Shadow Shield on Lunala, and how to deal with Marshadow. Everything else is easy. We're going to be using Slowbro. He's a really, really good Crobat answer. At this HP, while unmega'd, not Body Press, I am baiting Flying Gem Acrobatics out of Crobat. Because I don't have boosted defense yet. The important thing is we want to get rid of the Flying Gem off this guy. I'm going to set up a Future Sight. Use up the Flying Gem. This cannot crit now that we are Shell Armor. Acro range is variable, but it always puts us roughly in the same range. I've checked on like low and high rolls, to where we are never baiting non-Flying Gem Acrobatics anymore. This is always going to be Super Fang. We need to stall one turn. The goal of this is to have Urshifu on the field when Crobat dies. After Slack Off, we again are baiting Super Fang because it does way more damage than Acrobatics. And now we can pivot through Golisopod on Super Fang. This will get Urshifu in undamaged. This is very, like, precise HP that I can always set myself at for Golisopod for the double exit later. Because you just take like always the exact same amount of damage from Super Fang. You go Urshifu. Future Sight hits and kills. Urshifu will bait in Lunala at full HP. We are currently speed tied, so you can never just like rip Wicked Blow on this. This thing has Shadow Shield, so you, in order to like ever kill it, really, you have to get it under full HP. Otherwise, even Urshifu can't really kill it. We're gonna go to Roap Beedrill on guaranteed Moonblast. Beedrill can take this super, super easily for no fucking reason. The guy has good SPDF, I guess. Throw-Out Berry will break the Shadow Shield. Don't care about the special attack drop. And now Urshifu can kill it. And importantly, Beedrill is always giving Lunala kill with Meteor Beam. It has an incentivization while holding Power Herb, and having Meteor Beam. If it sees a kill with that move, it will always go for it over any other kills it sees. So it has kill right now with Moongeist Beam, but it'll always go for Meteor Beam. You go right back to Urshifu. This is why Shifu couldn't have been damaged earlier. It has to take a +1 Meteor Beam and live crit. Which does a fair bit. This is all pretty standard stuff. And now we kill with Sucker Punch. At this HP, this should be Marshadow. Okay. So that's Zoroark, I believe. If it's Zoroark or normal or actual Gengar, it actually doesn't matter. My answer for both is the exact same. I just click Sucker Punch. It was Zoroark. It didn't Mega. I think if I get like really, really low rolled, it can be base, or it can be like actual Gengar coming in there. Actually, no, it shouldn't be. It should always be Marshadow. So yeah, that was Zoroark Hisui. Now we get Marshadow. This guy is always clicking close combat. Really, really hard demon to kill, and we need Urshifu Sucker Punch to be the one to kill it. In order to take this close combat, I need to get this guy -2 defenses, so that way Urshifu can kill with Choice Band Sucker Punch. So we're gonna just go to Garchomp. Garchomp just tanks this, and will always bait it again. This guy is just so naturally bulky. He just takes a CC, and even with crit and then Citrus healing up, he always baits it again. Rough Skin actually doesn't matter here. The important part is, after the defense drop, Garchomp is showing Outrage high roll kills, so he cannot click Bulk Up. It can only click Close Combat. So now we go ahead and do our Golisopod exit on the second Close Combat. Golly always exits. We get a second drop. We get Shifu right back in. Shifu again is baiting close combat always, so it doesn't have to worry about Sucker failing. And we just kill. And from here we sweep. Choice Band Sucker Punch will kill everything else in the fight. We're gonna get probably Gengar next. Yeah, actual Gengar. We're gonna get Gothitelle last. So we use all our Sucker Punch PP. It's just 5 kills for the bear. This is why I wanted Golisopod to get the kill on Gyarados, because bear gets enough kills on its own. It doesn't need charity. Why does Phoebe give way less money? Sydney gave 20k, right? Why did Phoebe give 10? Doubles? It's so weird. Ghosts don't pay taxes. Yeah, it's gotta be singles versus doubles. Okay, I need to hard Lepet check. Not for this fight, but for later. I need Sucker Punch PP. I'm not gonna let myself forget that. I'm also gonna go ahead and give Slack Off PP. Really only click like a couple moves in that fight. I can go ahead and run to the next room. Yeah. Mega Halucha or Glycopod? Ooh, ooh. Sadly, I think you might have just gone 0 for 2 because we're going Mega Beedrill, which does mean this is the first E4 to do 3 different Mega Evolutions. No one else has done this. The only candidate, and I looked through all of them, the only potential candidate was Dex's run, who was like the 8th person. He had 3 eligible Mega Evolution Pokemon, and only did 2, because the third was Heracross, and you don't really want Mega Heracross in the E4. So we're going Garchomp, Slowbro, Beedrill. Golly, Chomp, Lucha. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of the thing that I mentioned when talking about firsts for this run while teasing it. There's no uniques, but first triple Mega, first Mega Garchomp, and theoretically, if I win, first win with a sock in the box. But that one was a given. That doesn't hinge on E4. I need to teach 1 TM here. This one's gonna look dumb. We're gonna teach Slowbro Dive. We no longer need Future Sight. Yeah, it will, Crunch got the throw win, so it will be a theoretical Dynamo Badge sweep. I pulled it for Norman. Norman's P2. And it did just what I needed. It killed P2, it killed Chinchino, and then it died. Going to SockCon this year. I'll think about it after this E4, actually. I hadn't given it much consideration. I really only need 4 guys here. This one is just, like, weird in case there's some weird interaction I don't know about. I'm gonna give the Shed Shell to Elysopod. I don't really need it, though. There's, like, nothing better to give the guy. Okay. So Beedrill needs to be healed up, but not crazy. 1 Super Potion is actually perfect. The max HP I can go is 265, so it'll put me to 264. I just can't really be full HP. Urshifu does go to full. Slowbro no longer needs the poison and can go to full. Golisopod needs to be at a precise HP. I guess I can heal that poison. Need to do 2 damage to Golisopod. I need it at 154. Now I don't need poison, so I don't have to deal with any more HP shenanigans, really. Oh, I can heal up Garchomp. I don't need it, but... Hydrolite, Choice Band, and you've got PP. I taught Dived, Slowbro. First impression, Golisopod. Doesn't really matter. Can't believe I'm bringing Lucha. You'll see. For this fight, we're gonna be doing Glacier singles, which means we're doing Drake doubles. I'm really excited for the Drake doubles. This fight is kind of whatever. It's kind of standard. We're showing KO to this Mammo Swine so it won't set rocks. We're going to become faster and U-turn to break its focus sash. Lucha run, he's gonna sack you. We're gonna U-turn to Urshifu. Urshifu can take all these attacks completely fine. Worst is EQ max roll crit, and that's what I have Slowbro for. Okay, we're fine. And now I just Wicked Blow. This always kills. Kind of assuming it does. It's Choice Band Wicked Blow. It's gotta... Yeah, it does enough. 54, 52, yes. Actually, it does like 70. This will bait out Enamorus. We show fast KO to every Pokemon in the back except for this one. And this one demon is basically the main reason why Beedrill is here. I really only had 2 Pokemon in my entire box who could beat this Enamorus. And that was Goodra or Beedrill. And Goodra sadly does not help out with the Mamoswine problem. Beedrill does both of these perfectly. So, in case I got crit there by Earthquake, if I got high roll crit by Earthquake on the Mamoswine, this would actually be soft random move and I couldn't go directly to Beedrill. That's why I taught Dive to Slowbro. Slowbro can take either of the attacks, and then when it has only physical moves, Enamorus has no incentivization to ever click Mystical Fire against it. So we only have Dive, Body Press, Rock Smash. So we had to get rid of Future Sight. Because I'm high enough HP, I don't need to worry about that, I can just go straight to Beedrill. B just fast OHKOs with Poison Jab. This is the main reason why this guy has to go Adamant. He does not get this kill unless he is Adamant. Yeah, Enamorus is just not a flattering-looking Pokemon, especially in Fairy form. Beedrill is perfect because it shows fast OHKO to Abomasnow, meaning we get Arctivish before Hail goes up. It's like the most important part of this fight is getting Arctivish before Hail is up so it doesn't be way faster. I need to get Urshifu back in, which means I have to go Golisopod. This, I think at this HP, could be Blizzard. And yes, it definitely can. So I guess we'll just see what happens. That's not a great sign, but... Okay, it just went for Vicious Rend. That's completely fine. The weird fiction there, and it's not even fiction, it's just a weird scenario, is if it goes for Blizzard, and it just keeps missing, and keeps missing, and keeps missing over and over again. That's why I taught Golisopod Hidden Power Ice, so that way it only does 2% while I'm sitting there waiting to be exited. We get Shifu in, and we're just gonna chain for a while. We're gonna chain until the final guy. Choice Band Close Combat will kill Arctivish, it will kill Abomasnow, and when you make your Urshifu Jolly, he will outspeed the Kyurem, and it will kill that as well. We're going to drop to -3 defenses, which is actually important. Hail goes up, doesn't matter. We never die to Max Roll Earthquake. Max Roll Earthquake gets us to like 30%-ish from Mamoswine. We never die to that, plus the couple turns of Hail Tick. So Shifu just kind of chains down the line for a bit. until we get to the Calyrex. California is not pelted by hail. In some places it is. I've had hail at my house, actually, and I'm in Southern California, so... And now the final guy. Sadly, we are locked into post-combat. We need to get a choice reset, because Choice Band Wicked Blow does kill this. We have to switch out. This guy sees kill with, I believe, both attacks. Maybe it's just the one. We're at -3 defenses. Yeah, so it sees kill with high horsepower and Glacial Lance. We have to switch out. And I could never get a consistent double exit with Golisopod here, and these moves do way too much damage to him anyways. We have to sack something. I need 5 of these Pokemon going forward. The one Pokemon that stands out is Beedrill. It's the Bee. This guy's been the GOAT, has over 100 kills. I do not need him on Drake. I do not need him on Wallace. It's actually usually bad to use Beedrill on Wallace, because then I wouldn't have Slowbro. So long, Bee. If you were higher HP, you could actually live that attack. There is a weird line through this fight where Beedrill saves himself. It's really unlikely. It required, like, having the Urshifu thing happen, so then I have to go to Slowbro, and then Enamorous Calm Minds as I go Beedrill, so he's full HP, and then I get the 50-50 on Urshifu bait high horsepower. He can live the high horsepower, and then he crits Leech Life, and then Beedrill lives. But obviously I didn't even give him the chance for that because I swapped him straight in on a Moonblast. I guess I should have given him the chance. It wouldn't have cost anything, but... Now we just go Shifu. And Wicked Blow. Nice crit, man. I'll go ahead and I'll update this one, because we got a fight in between. I won't be updating these mid-Wallace. Did I bring... No, I needed B for Glacia. It was... So, when I was routing this... I guess I can say now that I'm about to do the Drake. This entire E4 planning started with the Drake. And then it kind of expanded outwards, and I left Glacia for last for some fucking reason. I really should have left, like, Phoebe or Sydney last. And I was really struggling with Glacia. I had nothing for Mamoswine and nothing for Enamorous, and Beedrill slotted in perfectly over Goodra, who I had before, and was able to do the 2 things I needed it to. Yeah, when you're routing E4, you kind of bounce around a bit. Or, like, work it backwards, because you know, like, who you need alive and whatnot. Okay, the pre-setup here is very important. Need Garchomp slot 1, Lucha slot 2, Urshifu. Garchomp is going to be getting the Expert Belt. And Hawlucha is getting, not using, a Rossberry. This is why I carried the pre-burn this entire time. At this point, I think I can heal everyone except for Golisopod. Which is just Urshifu, I guess. I have 2 move changes to make. I need to teach Rock Tomb over Brick Break. And it's not a content play. I need to teach Rock Smash to Urshifu. But I still need Ice Punch. I still need Close Combat, I still need Sucker Punch, and I still need Ice Punch, so the move to go is a Wicked Blow. I also need to Leppa this guy. No more auto crits for my man. Sag B, delete Wicked Blow. What is this guy cooking? Okay. Golly is not going to get used on this fight, but I need him pre-damaged just a little bit for the next one, so that's completely fine. Slowbro, I'm not going to do anything silly. Expert Belt, Frost, and then you need an item. Your item is really important. Not because I'm using it, but just to hold it, I need the Ice Gem. Ice Gem, Ice Punch. I really fucking hope this Drake Doubles works, man. This is the fight that I've been, like, excited for the most. No, I need Golly pre-damaged to like half HP. I can't even put him above exit range, I believe. There is no steer around these parts. Your strat works or you wipe. I could have given like Slowbro a Citrus, I guess, but yeah, there's not really steering at this point. You can Wallace steer. You can't really Drake Doubles steer. Very important interaction just happened. We carried the pre-burn the entire time on Hawlucha, which actually wasn't that hard. I had this as pre-poison originally, and it also worked. But before a turn has happened, this is pretty common if you know Hawlucha at all. We are now the fastest thing on the field with Hawlucha. It is at 520 speed, outspeeding Dragapult and outspeeding Suicune. Right now, Suicune sees no kills on anyone, so it's +9 to click Tailwind. It's always clicking Tailwind. Dragapult, I don't care what the fuck it's clicking, I'm gonna Oko it with Expert Belt Dual Chop through the Focus Sash after Tailwinding to make Garchomp faster. This is like the only Pokemon in the game who can do this. I think. Like, maybe Mega Arrow can do it? I can't think of many others who can actually do it. Garchomp now shows fast Oko to every single Pokemon in the back. So we get them in order, which means we get Zygarde next. And now we have to stall. There's a really weird issue that I ran into when calcing this fight with SRI. And it was basically, I had other ways through this fight, but eventually it always got to a point where there were 2 Tailwind enemies on the field, and Tailwind was gone. When both enemies want to click Tailwind, they actually, shouts to Z for testing this mechanic, because it wasn't really known. It's similar to Trick Room AI, where the first slot will go ahead and click the Tailwind, and then the next guy will just click, the next move down. So in this case, it would be Suicune clicking Scald or Snarl or Calm Mind. That was always not a thing that I could let happen. So we have to sit here and stall out the first Tailwind, so that way Suicune sets up Tailwind again, the exact same turn that I kill Zygarde. In order to do that, we're going to get Garchomp out. Because Garchomp shows fast KO to Zygarde, it's baiting E-Speed into it. It's plus 11 to do so. So we can go Shifu, and now we need to Encore the Suicune into said Tailwind. Encore will end on the exact same turn that Tailwind does, meaning Suicune will then be looped into clicking Tailwind again. Urshifu is holding the Ice Gem and has Ice Punch. It's not going to click it, it's just to show high roll kills to the Zygarde, so it continues to be locked into E-Speed. We're actually going to take this turn. We need to just sit here and stall for one turn. We don't need to do anything. Hawlucha's action is actually completely irrelevant here. We're going to Rock Smash the Suicune. And I don't want to Encore the Zygarde. Tailwind does nothing, Rock Tomb does nothing, I can just Coaching, it doesn't really matter. Literally, this action matters, like, not at all. We're just gonna defense drop the Suicune. The attack raise on Urshifu doesn't matter. The defense drop is the only, like, extra thing. Oh, crit, it actually might not heal a full. No, it probably still will. It's got lefties, so it was always just going to heal back this damage, but I think it still is going to end up back at full HP. So, Tailwind and Encore are now going to end after this turn, so we need to reposition. We no longer want Urshifu on the field, we need to get ready to kill Zygarde. So we're going to bring Chomp in and Coaching. Get our guy +1. It's important that we keep getting E-Speeds into Garchomp because we have Rough Skin. So Zygarde just took 12% damage, and is now, with its leftovers, going to heal 6%. So it's going to be at 94. Our Expert Belt Dual Chop, even at +1, actually only does 92%. But because Outrage and high rolls of Dual Chop are showing kills to Zygarde, it has to E-Speed us again, making it Rough Skin again, dropping it down to 82%, and our Dual Chop always kills. I could have gone Life Orb, but Life Orb is too much chip for how many actions I'm doing. I think I would be dead after the 2 E-Speeds from Zygarde. So it had to be Expert Belt here. So we are finally in position to force Suicune to Tailwind again. Dual Chop, and we're just going to match Tailwinds. It's not quite a perfect E-Speed PP stall. I think it has 1 left right now. Yeah, it's 4 turns of E-Speed. And that always kills because of the Rough Skin chip. And Suicune will Tailwind because it saw no kills again. We're going to do the same thing as turn 2. We're not going to do this for every Mon. That was the last time. We just needed to get set up so that way we can remove Zygarde the same turn that Suicune sets up Tailwind. Now, Expert Belt Rock Tomb. Fast Oko's Charizard because we are a base 102 speed Mon and outspeed Charizard, which gives us a free turn where Hawlucha doesn't need to buff Garchomp and we can Encore Suicune again. Suicune Encored again. It is going to heal to full, but that's completely fine. We now get Zekrom. There could be something really cool here. So I can go ahead and Dual Chop the Zekrom to kill it, but there's no downside to me going for this. Earthquake also kills Zekrom, and because Suicune is at -1, I'm going to coaching this turn. So Chomp is going to get up to +2 attack, and Suicune is at -1 defense. With Spread Bug, this is 75% chance to KO Suicune. So we're going to EQ and coaching. So we could get a field wipe. It's not necessary, but it would be really cool. And actually, I think it's guaranteed because I got that crit, and it's lowered HP. I didn't... Like, that's not something I ever factored. Awesome. And now there's only one Mon left, so it's completely fine that I field wipe. If I don't field wipe there, I just kill Salamence, and then Encore ends, and then I kill Suicune the turn after. So we get Intimed back down to +1. The one thing that I kind of had to solve in this fight as well is Salamence is actually faster than Garchomp when it becomes Mega, because Tailwind is still up for both sides. So the one way to get around that... I could click Outrage here, but I'm just going to click Dual Chop. Is we need to Rock Tomb. This does just enough. If it was the normal line, I couldn't Outrage because that's random targeting if Suicune was still alive. Rock Tomb does 10% while at -1, and +1 Expert Belt Dual Chop into Mega Mence does 95%. Yes, B is dead, Shrimp. B was sacked to Glacia Calyrex. Little bit of chip, more importantly the speed drop. I could have outraged it. No reason why I couldn't have, but... As a Shuriemon Drake doubles, without a fairy. Huge shoutouts to SRI for helping me with that fight. The additional stall on Zygarde was something that he helped me add as well. This E4, like, literally, this Garchomp squad just doesn't even really happen without SRI mentioning that fight. Because once I saw, like, the idea around Garchomp Lucha getting a Drake doubles 2-man, it was originally a 2-man fight. I knew I just had to do it. I had to make everything else work to make Garchomp work. Time to sack. Some do call this the easiest fight. And I kind of don't blame them, and you might notice a certain bro in my party makes it extra easier. I do need to be a bit careful about my pre-damage here. So... I can go ahead and heal Golisopod. It just needs to be within... It needs to be under 150 HP. So 143 is fine. I can full heal Chomp. No, I can't. I cannot. 293 is fine enough. I need to be under 300 on Garchomp. And then Urshifu at full. Like, coaching Garchomp on the stall turn was the field wipe guaranteed. Garchomp couldn't be in for too long. Yeah, one big issue was... Actually, it might have worked out. No, it still would have been an issue. If Chomp takes too much damage, then it shows Suicune's Scald KO ranges, and then it's no longer incentivized to click Tailwind. So you have to keep people healthy. That's why I had to go Urshifu for the stall. Okay. I do have move changes. So... I need to teach Rock Smash to Hawlucha. It only gets to click Rock Tomb once. It can at least die with the Fighting Stab. Spoilers, most of these guys are gonna die. That's just the nature of Wallace. And Slowbro gets Weather Ball. Alutra gets the black belt. It does genuinely need this item somehow, even when clicking Rock Smash. Urshifu gets the Focus Sash. You're fine on PP? Yes. Or Trump Choice Band. Golisopod Silver Powder. And then naturally, for Slowbro to do anything in this fight, it needs its Mega Stone. So this will be 4 Megas in 5 fights. I could not find a way to route in Mega Garchomp or anything on Drake to get a 5 Mega E4. I thought about it for a second, but it doesn't work. Okay. Let's put you there. Yeah. Just need Hawlucha lead. Moves, items are good. One fight. HP. Under 150. Under 300. Full. Alright, it's gonna be bloody, as most Wallaces are. There is one spot where one guy's life can be saved, and that is Golisopod. Garchomp can save Golisopod's life, and that's about it. Primal Kyogre. All we need to do is just get a little bit of chip on this guy, and defense drop. Hawlucha has been a mon of all time for my box, but he made this E4 possible, so I can't be mad at him. I hated on him early, but it almost feels fitting that a Pokemon that I hated on for the entire time that I had him is gonna end up being a Pokemon for me to win with. It's not an uncommon mon, but in my head, it's not a guy that I would have brought. Big chip, like 15%. Defense drop. Dies to any move, always. So long. Sets up perfectly for Urshifu. Urshifu is holding the Focus Sash. Jolly Shifu outspeeds Kyogre. We need to close combat here. This will kill after the defense drop and the black belt damage. We scaled HP because it almost feels planned. 31 HP, 31 defense Urshifu. Baits in Barraskewda for only liquidation, meaning he cannot flip turn. Max roll flip turn is 99%. We have the Focus Sash, so we'll always live the liquidation, and it's the only move that ever sees kill. This CC doesn't always kill, but we have Sucker Punch to follow up. Nice crit, man. Did kill. Rip, I guess. That do 200? To who, me or Skewda? Well, obviously I didn't do 200. Now it does like 114. Yeah, it's around like 120 or something, and then flip turn is like 99. Urshifu, I mean, man, it's a Dark Shifu that came plus attack out of the box. It came basically perfect. Just needed a scale for speed. He's gonna sucker and get a little chip here. It doesn't matter. Oh, liquidation crit. Yeah, it was like 200. This guy is way too fucking broken for this game, man. He's so broken. Just an absurd Pokemon. He could actually... Oh, wait. Is there a weird world where I don't want to sucker here? So, if Palkia goes for Wait, no. If it goes for Hydro Pump and just keeps missing, it could get awkward. So I don't know if I really want to hit him. I'll just Rock Smash him. Okay, yeah, that works. It's like 1 in 3 to go for Hydro, and then 1 in 3 to miss it, roughly. So... Theoretically, there's a world where Shifu frauds that, and then I get Manaphy, and then it sets up like a Tail Glow, and it's kind of awkward, but it doesn't actually matter. And our boy Garchomp does, because he's Jolly Garchomp, outspeeds this Palkia by 5 points. And doesn't even need Choice Band. Outrage naturally does 100%. We're just gonna rip an Outrage. Fast Oko Palkia. And now we get Manaphy in for slow kill. Our Outrage will continue. If he crits this, then Golisopod gets to live. Garchomp will always die after, but he'll save Golly. Unfortunate. He always dies to this Ice Beam. My favorite Mon of this run. I'm so happy I got to bring this guy to E4, man. After Leftovers recovery, Golisopod first impression will always kill with Silver Powder. This was a jagged Garchomp. My Casino was Sock. At this HP, Golisopod baits in Swampert. We can't really switch. We're baiting Stone Edge. There's, again, a really weird world where I sit here and I spam Surf and Golly somehow kills it, but it's not very likely. Golly, you saved so many lives and made so many stupid fucking double exit, close combat baits, and Beedrill U-turn kills work. Dodge? Ah. We're down to 1. The Mega Slowbro can just sit here and stall this Swampert. We 2-shot with Weather Ball, and we can actually heal on him. And I do want to heal on him so that way I'm not too low. It's going to be kind of anticlimactic because we're going to end with Goodra over Swampert, but... Take like 30%, can't get crit, 2-shot with Weather Ball. I'll go ahead and heal once. Maybe heal twice, actually. I want to be pretty high HP for Goodra. Can't fuck it up now. The only girl on the team has bro in the name? It's one of the homies. Why does the Mega symbol go away for the rain? there's just one left. Okay, it's not as cool as beating Swampert last, but Udra in. We're just gonna sit here and Rock Smash. We'll kill once it's -2 defense. And I think after 3 curses, it can no longer curse, because then it becomes slower than me. So back to 0 defense. Any turn it curses is completely fine. We take like 10% from Aqua Tails, so it doesn't really matter. It's gonna go -1. Okay. You need to be a little cautious about Aqua Tail damage. Because you are now +1 attack. May heal once for good measure. Yeah, that's fine. Because I get like 3 shot at this point. Never before has Trenton been the finale piece. We're in. As long as it shouldn't be able to curse because we're going to show KO. It's -2. Fucking beat Run and Bun, man. Where's the mega symbol still there? Why is it still there? Hi, Brendan. Oh, I'm good. I'm doing great. Thank you, guys. Did it say I only caught 33 Pokemon? What? Oh, that was one dex. Okay. I was gonna say, that's not very accurate. PK stream when? Man, I'm never playing that game. It looks awful. It's fun to watch, but I might play Null. I'll see. That game already seems kind of destroyed. I just love this game so much. I don't see how I'm not gonna do New Game Plus. The card is gonna look pretty silly. It really is just 6 goats, huh? It really is just 6 mix. Here, you're a Windows sound. It's fine. Garchomp slot 4? Oh, I knew. Don't worry. I had to put him there. I knew I needed Hawlucha slot 1. 5 goats and 1 bum Lucha. Straight up, Hawlucha might have doubled its fight count in this E4. Like it might have only came to 5 fights before it. Oh, my tiny little Sizzlipede. Mega Hawlucha, yeah, maybe in Null. I don't know if Null has the new Megas. I thought it might. Why did it showed normal Goodra there, not Hisui. What the fuck? Why is Blastoise there? What? What is with this? I never got a fucking Blastoise. What? Is that like a bug? I assume that's some kind of bug. I have not got a Blastoise. That's awesome. There's the Chomp. Gundy was, alright. Gundy was good. Metapod? Yeah, W Metapod. I never got Metapod. Don't know why that's there. I caught Beedrill Natty. Oh, wait, Metapod not in the game? Oh, is it Kakuna to Beedrill? Yeah, it is. What the heck? What is with this? It's gotta just be something with, like, the decks replacing slots with other things, I would think, but... Box review? Oh, we'll get there. I should go... I'll post this. I took the screenshot. I'll throw this in the one thread as well. Yeah, no, Blastoise is in the game. Yeah, I don't know. I see my box from here. What did the death count ended up being? What? 35, right? Yeah. Slowbro last. How's it feel? Oh, man. I just want to run New Game Plus. This game is so fucking fun. Oh, I just want to go back. I will definitely be taking a break, but I don't see how I'm not going to do New Game Plus. Hi, Mom. Bye, Mom. I started in, January? Yeah. I think like middle of January or early January. Gonna have no goats. Let's go. I closed my Spotify. That was dumb. We'll skip the Elden Ring music. I have had I mean, this game kind of took over my life for the last couple months, I'm not gonna lie. At first I was kind of doing it like every once in a while and really doing everything on stream, and then once I beat Norman, it was like I was really able to just spend like all day calcing. I had to finish this E4 before like the next week and a half. I had to finish the game because I'm starting a job in the middle of May, and I knew I would not like have the mental time to actually work on E4 at that point. Do I need to review these guys? I feel like they've kind of shown their chops. Ribbons. The True New Game Plus. Put this on my resume. It's too late. What did the kill counts end up being? I noted I had written down. So I think it ended up being 11 for Garchomp, 13 for Urshifu. I can pull up my my frag tracker. I can update that now. Beedrill only got 1. I knew that was gonna happen. So yeah, Chomp got 11, Urshifu got 13. So 47. Golly got 2 kills. And then Slowbro got some as well. Yeah, Slowbro got 3. So, I was thinking about that yesterday, Jax. I think Mega was kinda necessary, right? So I couldn't have gone Fighting Gem. Life Orb, I remember checking not working. I couldn't do Fighting Gem because I had to Brick Break the guy before. I had to Brick Break Urshifu. I couldn't be Choice Locked. I think Lychee might have worked. Maybe, but it would have been... I don't know if I could have consistently landed in the 25% range. I think high rolls of the... what I could have done was, like, use a Golly exit to get 25% HP Garchomp in, and I think that would have worked. Oh, Lychee gives boost to the wrong guy? Then yeah, no. It had to be Mega Chomp, I think. I think then it had to be Mega. It's is capturing correctly? Not. Oh no, you get to see my notes. I don't need this doc anymore. So yeah, this is it. 35 deaths. I mean, I could show these 5 guys over there. I'm not going to. Then yeah, maybe Lychee could have worked. But when I saw Megatron worked, I had to do it. I had to. Oh man, box review, where do I even start? Man, I had too much good shit. I could go in kill order. This guy was awesome. Kind of carried me while I was still super fucking clueless about the game. After Norman split, I delayed this for Mach Punch. Guts guy. 14 attack is fine. It's a lot of chain kills with Mach Punch. Pretty bulky. Super broken Mon. Finished top in kills, even though it kind of fell off in Juan split. And it barely showed up to Victory Road split at all. B, I mean, man, it's a 118B. What the fuck? You select all the Mons. Sort by rank. Oh yeah, because I'm not showing the dead guys. Rank to percent kills column. How do I do that? Just like grab all of this and then I don't know how to do that. I would like to see the dead guys too. Sort. At the bottom. What? More cell actions? Oh, sort range. Sort by column U. Right? No. Oh, should I should sort it by column T, right? Because that's a numerical value. Data has header row. Oh, I see. Total kill count. Oh, it flipped it. How did it do that? A to Z? Sort range. It was on A to Z, right? Oh, sort by rank. There we go. Okay. So yeah, Beedrill number 2, I mean, this guy came gentle, I had to scale attack and speed and U-turn. But he's Beedrill, man. Like, it's 118B. What the fuck else do I have to say about him? He showed up and immediately got 47 kills and Tate and Liza split. Like, this skyrocketed it up. Thankfully, I was able to keep Torterra in the top 3. Finished with 101 kills. This guy was very, very kind to me for learning on attempt 1. He just lets you get away with so much bullshit without really having to think. Just like throw him at Watson, throw him at a couple guys on Norman. It's really, really nice. I think Torterra is just the best guy for learning the game when you don't know too much about it. This Penguin's insanely hard, and Infernape is just like a super high action playstyle, which you can't always get away with in this game. You have to learn the slow playstyle as well, and Torterra really plays into that. This had what? Defense scale, I think? Yeah. This guy ate 1 scale. And the defense was like 20 before that. Chomp, man. Easily my favorite guy to use in the whole game. Just so fun. Takes literally any attack ever, as long as it's not an ice move. And then usually can take another and slow kill, or once you get the choice items, fast kill. Saved my ass on Flannery, getting him in Jagged Pass. Like 6% Gibble or something, right? I did a couple outrages, yeah. I did some outrages. Some like Dragon Fang dual chop kills into outrage for final guy. And just having outrage is crazy for preventing people from coming in. This will show like 102% max roll to the most heinous shit possible. Or Shifu, I mean, I don't need to say much about Shifu. What the fuck? Like, he came plus attack. He got a speed scale and he got an HP scale, and then nature change for E4. Like, it's Dark Shifu, man. It kind of wins E4 on its own. It's why I was so enraptured with doing the Drake doubles, because I knew with Dark Shifu, he had Phoebe singles and Glacia singles on lock with an Enamorous Answer. So like I just barely needed to route for those fights. And then usually he can also do Sydney doubles pretty well. I had an original line where I still did like Encore stall on Incin and then had Urshifu kill some things with Scarf. But the Garchomp thing I found just ended up being better. Yeah, so I think like Dark Shifu mainly just gets away with his bullshit on Phoebe. At least for me, like, it was still kind of rough on Sydney, and then obviously the dark part only matters for the Calyrex kill on Glacia. But that's where then it's like, you go ahead and try to route for a Glacia doubles instead. But Dark Shifu gave me the luxury of kind of... I looked in my box, and I looked for a Glacia doubles. Even if I completely clean slated, I had nothing for Glacia doubles. So I knew I had to do the singles. I literally had, like, absolutely nothing. I couldn't find anything that could kill anyone. In Trick Room or out of it, and I could, like, never prevent Trick Room. It was really bad. I was having an awful time looking at that. And then just outside the top 5, my favorite Mon going in, Centiskorch. I was so happy I got this on my first attempt. Just from like all the content I've watched of Run and Bun prior to me playing it. Centiskorch was always such a cool Pokemon to me when I didn't know like a crazy amount about the game. I thought it was so awesome. And I wanted to feed this guy so hard when I got him. And it's really good too. It's like near max bulk, low attack, but this guy was really cool. I sadly had to sack it on the final optional, but... super fun Mon. I'm so happy I got this in my 6-pack. I think the only 2 Pokemon remaining from my 6-pack alive are Torterra and somehow Xatu. Everyone else died from my 6-pack, which is, I guess, kind of common. But, like, Xatu of all people. This thing should have died on LCR. Instead of the next guy. Where is he? Dreadnought. Shell Armor guy number 2. Super broken Mon. I mean, look at this shit. I had to scale Spadef, I remember. These stats are just absurd, man. This shit's crazy. Shell armor on these IVs and minus speed usually, like, it was annoying sometimes. You wouldn't outspeed some stuff after a Rock Tomb, but most of the time, the minus speed didn't really matter too much. I didn't get Stone Edge, which was a throw. Made this guy a little harder to use. But, I mean, I'm just gonna say, like, super cool Mon for all of these, man. Togue as well, holy shit. I don't learn the doubles, and I get punished on double battles way faster without Togedemaru. This was basically my only fake-out guy for the entire run. The only other one I had was Kecleon, and I don't think I ever used it as like a double battle fake-out Pokemon. And then I guess like Greninja King's Rock with Fling, that also counts. I did use that a fair bit, but this was basically my only fake-out guy for the whole run. I think this guy is pretty absurd. The one I got is also, I mean, this is natural. This is a natural Togedemaru. Plus attack, 31 speed. I think this guy is really nice. This is a natural, like, this was not a static Togue, by the way. I went in desperation, I think when I was calcing, like, Shell or someone in Watson's gym, and I just went to Rustboro and caught it. U-turn scale, I think U-turn is insane fucking cope on this Pokemon. I think there is just about zero reason to ever take U-turn on this guy. I don't know how you get rid of any of these moves, other than if you need a weird flex slot for a fight, you kill Ironhead and then just get Smart Strike later. That's literally it. I think Wild Charge is dumb. You need Spiky Shield. You need Fake Out. You need your stabs. There were some times where like Wild Charge maybe would have helped. Like maybe Wild Charge can do something. The little damage bump could be nice, but I think U-turn is just a waste of a scale and a move slot on this guy, if I'm being completely honest. And it's got like really crazy 4-move syndrome. Makes Togue do more chip. I've used this to kill a lot of fairy types with Fake Out Ironhead. I guess it's just like, I mean, from my experience, I never once ever even wanted to scale U-turn on the guy, and like at points kind of forgot that he even gets it. I never really needed it. Yeah, and with plus attack, he actually hits pretty hard for what he usually does. He doesn't use his stabs all the time. Like, obviously you need Fake Out Spiky Shield. And the problem is he doesn't get, like, a replaceable... he doesn't get a replaceable electric stab, I don't think, right? Shockwave? Yeah, not really. This guy said the thing. Holy crap, he said it. He actually said box dependent. The balls. Anyways, Dragapult. Wow, this guy, I really want to say he sucks. I think he's overhyped. But at the same time, it was really fucking dumb at points. This guy's Draco Meteor is still really stupid. I think he is simultaneously overhyped and broken. Because I was able to make this guy get 50 kills with minus attack. He only ever received the special attack scale and dart scale. It was kind of a testament to this run that I was able to keep this. There were like 20 different points throughout this entire run where I considered swapping him to Naughty because I was like, oh, I'm just going to bring him on E4. And when I looked at my E4 calcs, holy shit, this guy does nothing on E4. He literally does nothing. He's like, from what I could tell, everything I looked at with the teams I looked at, Garchomp was just always better. I actually think this guy is like not one of the better dragons to bring for E4. I think Latios is better, I think Hydreigon is better, and I kind of think Garchomp is better, but that's personal bias. I almost think Latios is better, but obviously offensively not. Good into Phoebe. I can see that. Yeah, that's one fight where it would be solid. Latios. Oh yeah, you're calcing with Latios, aren't you? Okay, maybe I'll refer to the expert on that. I think Gudra's better though, especially into E4. I like discounting the Phoebe fight. I think throughout the other fights, I think Gudra's a better dragon. At least Hisui. Weird one to cap out the top 10 is Mamoswine. This guy was cool early. Fell off a fucking cliff after, I think, Watson or Norman when I evolved it. As Piloswine, this guy racked up kills. Was super good early game. And then I evoed it, and its moveset was destroyed. And it was really bad. And then it's just kind of been, like, solid. Yeah, I fucked up this guy's moveset. He had, like, no real Ice Stab. Because you have to teach it Ancient Power to evolve. And I kept Bulldoze. So he had, like, what was this, like, Stomping Tantrum, Ice Shard, Ancient Power, Bulldoze. You kind of have to keep Avalanche or Ice Fang or, like, something on him. Some good middle ground Ice Stab. This guy was also the perpetrator of the one clause I have in this run. This run is not clauseless, and that was Avalanche Spread Bug back on Discharge Doubles. Not Spread Bug, Avalanche being a spread move. So, I guess Spread Bug, technically. So, shoutouts to that. Who else? Donphan? How did Donphan get 11? Sturdy Fan. This guy sucked stat-wise. I mean, look at these fucking stats. One attack hurts so much. Speed kind of mattered sometimes. But it was kind of fine. This guy's still really good. I mean, he still got 39 kills. Pretty alright. I think because of these stats, I actually preferred Sturdy over Battle Armor, but I can't fully say because I never really experienced Battle Armor. Maybe I would have been able to get more use out of him, but Sturdy was like a very nice thing to have in a box. I think like one Sturdy is super nice to have. Scuda, Surf Sim Scuda. I mean, look at the nature. Look at this guy. This is a natural Barraskewda. 231s, mid-attack, super high speed. And it's Barraskewda. It's crazy. Made every rain fight possible, basically. Otherwise, I'm sacking like 3 to every single rain fight with an Overquill on it. Also, I got to do Forbidden Jutsu with this guy, and that was really fucking cool. That was super sick. And I got to do Forbidden Jutsu with Base Beedrill. Yeah, I don't know how I beat that Hellroom Grunt without Jutsu, without you doing it. I didn't see any way through that Kenga without sacking like 1 or 2. The Jutsu on Beedrill after as well, with base Beedrill, was so sick. It's really Xatu next? What the fuck? This mon hasn't gotten a kill since Tate and Liza split. This thing was Wrong Nature. Early bird, never used once. Kind of meh stats, like totally fine. But I will say, some of my favorite lines that I've cooked from this entire run involved Xatu. My Winona line, and holy shit, my LCR line. Probably my favorite line of the fight. My favorite line of the game. The only one that would like contend with that, with my LCR, was probably my Seafloor Cavern Shelly with the Heal Pulse, like Sticky Barb stuff, and Choice Specs Delmise. That's like the only other one that really rivals it, I think. So this guy was cool for that. He also gave me a Flannery, or she. The Xatu also gave me a Flannery by Tailwind scaling. I don't beat Flannery without this thing. So it came to like some really big important fights. Yeah, the Flan was crazy. I was still so out of my element then. I was so bad at like understanding slot baiting in double battles, even. And like also when we were cooking that, we were cooking like 4 different lines all at once, and then just like merged them and forgot that Talonflame existed, and then had to redo it all. That was a crazy day. Literally just spent like 2 hours DMing each other, and I just forgot about one of the Pokemon. Next is Greninja. This guy's fucking insane. This took speed scale, and that's it. This guy's crazy. I am very happy that I got this over Primarina. I said it about Polt, but I think it even harder with Prim. I think Primarina is insanely overhyped. I do not think Prim is as good as people say. And I am so much happier I got Greninja instead of it. I think Prim is literally just an E4 mon. And helps with, like, higher tag Gauntlet. And it's like, for a mon that thrives in, like, 2 places, like, yeah, those are 2 hard spots, and obviously E4 is the most important one. I don't think Prim is as impactful as a Greninja can be throughout the run. And this Gren was crazy impactful. I got to one-shot stuff with, like, Choice Band Rock Tomb and, like, Choice Scarf Aerial Ace with this plus attack Gren. Gren does seem like a guy who relies on his stats a lot, yes. I would say that. So, like, getting this guy out of the box, it was kind of crazy. This came from Petalburg. But, man, Fling is fun. It's kind of crazy that I kept Water Shuriken the entire time, because you really only click this move, like, 2 times. But that's the power of main stab flex move. Katie's Gren has gotten 5 kills. Yeah, this guy's been great for me. He got 34 and showed up post-Flannery, obviously. This thing 1v1's Metagross on Tate and Liza. It just does so much cool shit. Yeah, Shuriken is good for that one MHO grunt. Like, it just wins that fight, so still worth. Magnezone next. Holy shit, man. This Pokemon was so good. This is a minus special attack Magnezone. It still hits insanely hard because of Analytic. Obviously, I think at the time, I was upset that I didn't get Magnet Pull. Because in my head, it's just like, oh, you need Magnet Pull so you can get more Steel types for good routing, but man, Analytic is crazy. It's just a free Life Orb. It's literally just a free Life Orb with no item. I got to do some really fun lines with this guy where I would, like, do, like, Choice Scarf and have Thunder, so that way I show Max Roll Thunder doing a certain amount of damage, forcing the enemy to use a priority move because I'm showing kill, and then I get analytic boost, and then T-Bolt kills. I did hit Natty Corv. Yeah, that does help remove my magnet pole woes. But yeah, this guy from Altering Cave. I remember at the time I really, really, really wanted Riolu because my Norman was looking really bad. And I was super upset to get this guy. But, and I think that would have been justified if I wiped to Norman. But obviously, because I didn't, this guy carried on to be really good. Came to so many fights, just the ultimate pivot god. And then tied with it, one of my earlier deaths. Yanmega was kind of an early game merchant. I can't say too much about this guy. It was my first Protect bot. I did get to discover a new bug with this guy, so that was really cool. On Norman's gym. With the slacking, with the Truant recoil bug, right? The Truant struggle recoil bug. Because this guy 1v1 slacking, and then took slacking's struggle recoil. It was so sick. This guy died to a mistake I made on Route 114. Which I guess just like, overall, I think the thing that I'm happiest with this box and all these deaths. So there are 35 deaths in this run. 3 of them were accidental. This Yanmega, this Eldegoss, and this Absol were accidents. Every single other death here was a planned sacrifice. Yes, I stalled the Giga Impacts. So then it started taking struggle. Because I was doing like 10% with Yanma Air Slash. Keeping the bee alive. Oh my god, yeah. Tate and Liza, I almost just fucking lost my bee until you said that. And then I just like swapped to someone, or swapped it on the other slot, right? Yeah, I almost swapped it to the wrong slot, I think. And it ended up being Acro in that slot. Yeah, that's the slacking clip. It was sick. Yeah, no, I was trying to keep Yanma because I was still new to the game, and I thought Compound Eyes Hypnosis was really cool on Yanma, and it loses Compound Eyes when it evos. I was like, oh, I can use the wide lens, and then I have a guaranteed sleep. I was a different man back then, okay? I never got to find out if I was cooking, because I needed Yanmega for, I think, Black Belt Daisuke at the end of the desert. Who's next? Galvantula? Holy shit, this is like top 3 most favorite mons for me to use. Oh yeah, I wanted a frailer Protect guy, because I knew Protect guys were good, but I didn't really understand, like, how they were used. But, like, Yanmega would have worked as a Protect guy. Like, 3 favorite guys to use in this run. It's Garchomp, it's Centiskorch, and it's Galvantula. This guy's so fun. Compound Eyes Thunder. It's just such an awesome toolkit to utilize. Having a Volt Switch guy. It was my de facto offensive grass type for quite a while, because the only other one I had was Torterra, and he's really slow. So I was killing a lot of things with Life Orb Energy Ball. Never even scaled webs. It's really hard to use webs on Galv. Arachnid can get away with webs super easily. Webs on Galv is kind of hard to pull off. There were some times I looked, but every time I did, it would just always die. So I would just be scaling for a turn 1 webs and then death. But I really love this mon. Oh, another guy I really enjoyed using. Executor. This guy was so fun. Even though mine is special, this is a natural Executor. This guy came like this. In my 6-pack. Absolutely insane. And I also kind of think, unless it's like, no, that's not even how that works. You don't get it by then. I think you always take Eggy Alola here. In this, I think a quad water resist, a quad grass resist. I just don't see how Eggy Psychic does what this guy does. Because this is also like a really cool mixed attacker where it can use like both. It just gets Draco and a pretty solid physical Dragon Hammer off a higher stat. That guy got sacked to... It beat Groudon. It beat Maxie's Groudon. Without the Grass Gem. Yeah, so it only does that if I had a... It only does that if I had Custap. I guess it is Chlorophyll, yeah. I had already used my Custap Berry, but I was informed of that strat after, where you just run like Custap Harvest in Sun, and you just sit there and like kill 2 and then explode or something. It's really sick. Or I guess you would just die to the magma. So yeah, you would boom and then... Next guy, Boltund. Holy early game carry. Plus 25 speed Boltund. Got me through Brawly Deathless. Got me through Route 117 pretty well. And got me through... It got me through Cycling Road Rival with only 1 death. This guy was fast enough to outspeed Blaziken after a speed boost. So I just sacked Octillery to the Blaziken, and then came back in and Psychic Fanged. And OHKO'd it. It got like 3 on CRR. And this guy is the only reason that this run got this far, because it ended up being the sack to beat Norman's Pidgeot. It was crit to wipe, and this guy didn't get crit. And he got the Nuzzle off on the Pidgeot. This guy underspeeds Pidgeot, by the way. Just like as a testament to how fucking stupid that Pokemon is. He undersped Pidgeot. It's actually crazy. This mon's entire thing is speed, and it undersped Pidgeot. I just can't comprehend that. That mon is so unfair. Because they have the same base speed, but of course, it's like plus speed 31. No, they're both base 121. But I think that one's like it's like timid, because of course it needs plus speed for no fucking reason. I don't know. That thing's so unbalanced. Yeah, they're the exact same base speed. Who else? Clawitzer. This guy was fun. Fell off a cliff. But really, really fun. Got my Yanmega killed, but really fun. I liked him a lot. Hits pretty hard, just can't take any hits at all. Really good early game. I helped out in Desert a lot. And then one of the goats... This is one of those guys that, for me, whenever people talk bad about Stoutland, I think they're just playing a different game, man. This guy is awesome. And I know mine is kind of like crazy stats and Intim, but I don't think it even really mattered. This guy is so good. I got to rip natural, or I got to rip Learned Facade. I never used my Facade TM all playthrough, by the way. This was my de facto Fairy type for 5 gyms. I didn't get a Fairy type until Azumarill on Route 123. This guy was my Fairy type. which is kind of crazy. Put in work on Tabitha 2 and then got sacked there. Super, super fun guy. I would have kept using him more and more if I didn't need to sack it there. I actually thought it was really sick. And Herdier is really good on Brawly, which is pretty cool. Next guy, Trode. It's a plus speed Trode. It's a plus 27 speed Electrode. Like, never spent the special attack scale. Never got Magical Leaf on it, kept Giga Drain the whole time. This guy's crazy. Helped me on Shelly. Helped on Tabitha 2. Helped in hideouts. Ended up getting sacked to Tate and Liza by, like, the most magical stat line alignment, I think, of this run. Where, like, Electrode had just enough... It had just low enough special defense, because it was -0 to bait Future Sight out of Azelf while at full HP on Tate and Liza. And then be able to survive Earthquake from Mega Latios. And then die to the Future Sight. It's so sick. That was like that was just an insane stat alignment. I remember looking at the requirements, and it's like so crazy tight for that to even work. Yeah, this guy's good. I think you should pretty much always take this guy from New Mauville, unless you know the game well enough and have like a really good Tornadus answer on Winstitute Shelly. But even then, I think he's still just pretty worth taking. Like, I had Galvantula and still took him. Okay. Yeah, you need a pretty good reason not to take Electrode. The typing is just so crazy. And, like, fast grass types are kind of hard to come by. So this guy was, like, my fastest grass type. But he just doesn't hit that hard, right? Take the Troden AHO, the one that can blow up. The one that's, like, extremely likely to blow up and harder to catch. I mean, yeah, it is an extra encounter. Yeah, also at that point, it's not as good. Trode, like, gets a bit of a revival in, like, Erratic Weather, but it's not as good for TNL Gym and Seafloor. It's really bad in Seafloor Cavern. It's okay in, like, Juan Gym as well, but not great. I need to go through these a bit faster. Blaziken. I remember I was disappointed to get this guy at first from the egg. I think just because I wanted Sceptile. I didn't even know how broken Sceptile was. I just wanted a grass type. This guy was fine though. It was my my Infernape Light. His plus but def nature fucked me so many times though. Fuck Gentle Blaziken. Like, this guy's good. This guy's cool. This nature was horrendous so many times. I could, like, barely use him in Tate and Liza split on any of the gym fights because of this nature. It was never getting kills from what I needed. And because of its, like, awful nature, I ended up getting screwed and losing my Eldegoss on Flannery. Yeah, plus Badef is quite possibly the worst nature for this guy. The minus, I don't even think really matters. I guess you don't want minus attack. You can fix your minus special attack by using Blaze, but minus attack can ruin some close combat things. And speed was never, like, a crazy issue on this guy. But yeah, plus Badef is really bad. Can't do Melmetal. My guy still did Melmetal, but it took a crazy line. Escav, holy goat. I wish I used this guy more. I really should have found more use for him. Super cool, especially with Scary Face like that. I honestly really should have used this guy more. I probably could have found more usage of getting him in, eating 2 attacks, Scary Facing, and then getting out for someone else to fast kill. I probably could have found a ton of stuff like that. Really, really cool guy, though. Another Shell Armor dude. Shell Armor, like, number 4 or something. D-Knight. Another awesome dude. Only inner focus guy of the whole run, plus speed D-Knight, who is still really slow. Plus speed D-Knight is still pretty slow, but good attack stat. Bulk doesn't really matter on him. Dual wing beat is crazy. Flex slot, Draco is fine. Pretty solid. Really, really good in like erratic weather and in the hideouts. Where's the mon I'm looking for? There they are. Corviknight. Dude, it's a bold Corviknight. This was non-magnet pull, Route 105, bold Corviknight. With pretty damn good stats. This guy's kind of crazy. Solidifies so many stalls. Gave me so many cool lines. It's a really silly set right now. Quad flying move, but... yeah. Another super fun guy. Broken as hell. Corv is way too good. Then there's Musharna. This mon was good for... through Flannery Split, and then it didn't do anything after again. Really didn't. Sassy Nature, the best thing this did was Sassy Synchro. It gave me plus Spadef on Golisopod and on Slowbro, which was really good. I got the Synchro hit on both those, and that was really cool. It also beat Maxi 1's Komoo, which was kind of tough. Like, 0 HP on this is really tough. And like even with this bulk, it's just not bulky enough to really sit there. I kept Draining Kiss on this, and that didn't even really help. It's a bit hard to use. And once I got Slowbro, it's like you just always use Slowbro over this. It's way better. It was good early game, though. It also beat, I think, Lunatone or Solrock from Roxanne. It frauded the hell out of that. Next one is Kingdra. Swift Swim Kingdra, it gave me a really good... I delayed this for Ice Beam, so it gave me a really, really good bridge rival. Because Ice Beam was able to OHKO the Salamence, which was really cool. Otherwise, this mon is, like, fine. It's kind of whatever. If I needed a quad water resist, I was probably using Executor instead. And this guy got sacked to Aqua Hideout Matt. Yeah, and so did Turtonator. Pidgeot next. Super awesome Pokemon. Mega Pidgeot is really good. You get it just immediately. Like, no guard Hurricane off stab with a boosted special attack is crazy. And I think a no guard mon is just so good. Like, if I got Lycanroc, I would always take Lycanroc Midnight, I think. Just for the no guard. And you get it sooner. Compared to, like, Dusk. Bascu, this mon was kind of whatever. Mine is really, really bad. At times I called it the worst thing in my box. It is Swift Swim, which helps in like 2 spots. It's whatever. It's not that good. I used it on 1 optional fight. It did come to my Juan. And it did its job on Juan. That's about it though. It got some farm kills, I think, on Route 119. I got this at too high of a level to where I could never get Shadow Sneak or Aqua Jet without scaling. I think this guy's a little better when you got 1 Prio move. Otherwise, it's fine. Not great. Fundy, pretty good roamer. I think this guy's cool. It got 1 scale out of me, right? I think just 1. Is that true? Did I scale this guy's speed? No, I just scaled Volt Switch on him. So yeah, it came with 4 31s. You got an extra, and then 0 in special attack, which honestly wasn't the hugest deal. This guy runs T-Punch just fine. I think this mon is pretty good. I looked at it for E4 a fair bit. But then Halucha ended up being just like the better support mon. Pretty good, but at the same time, I actually had some fights, a fair bit of fights, where Galvantula ended up actually being better as the Volt Switch guy, so... Then Shoal Cave, Shell Armor, Gudra. This is probably, like, I think actually this is probably a top 5 guy in my box. Even though he doesn't have many kills, it's just the ultimate move consolidator. And a hit plus Spadef. Like, 339 special defense. And then you throw an AV on him, that goes up to like 500. Heavy Slam is really good. I feel like you would just always rip Heavy Slam on this guy. Because it's just about always a 120 base power move on most things you're fighting. Outrage was kind of not great to keep, I think. But I never really had any reason to get rid of it. This guy ran Power Whip too. I really like Power Whip on him. Very, very good Pokemon. Then there's Amoonguss, who was basically really, really bad, but it could Toxic Wobbuffets. So that's what it did. It really just Toxic Wobbuffets, and it Toxic that one Lantern in Aqua Hideout. That's kind of all it did. This mon is really bad otherwise. Oh, and it Toxic that Pyukumuku on Erratic Weather. But I fucked that up even. Then next is Golly. I mean, it's Golisopod. What do I need to say about Golly? It hit high attack. It's like 22 IV. Yep. Its Fimps hit pretty hard. Solid bulk, high HP, but HP doesn't matter the most. And Sassy Sink, where minus speed is perfect for him. Then Slowbro. They actually ended tied on kills. Slowbro, Sassy Sink again. So Musharna ended up being not great, but it also synced the nature on 2 of my E4 mons. So that's pretty good. Natural 30 special attack Slowbro, plus 25 Spadef. This guy walled some things. Helped me beat just about every Halucha I fought once I got it. Except for one. Except for the Vito Halucha, it didn't fight that one. I loved fucking with this guy's moveset. I gave him Secret Power at one point. He got Heal Pulse. He almost got Ice Beam for the E4 and Blizzard on a different line. Just learns way too much. Eldegoss, really, really good early game. Fixed a lot of my speed issues. Realizing I still have like a ton of Pokemon to go through, so I'm just gonna go faster on some of these. Masquerain, again, early game GOAT. Ended up helping me kill Mew on Maxi 2, which was really sick. After Flannery, this mon is basically useless. So it's just kind of looking for a spot to get sacked. This is a natural Masquerain, but does some cool stuff. It's good on the wind straights as well. Skuntank, holy fucking bum. This guy sucked. 0 attack, no bulk, Could never get a Toxic off. I ended up blowing this thing up on Shelly's Blastoise in Winstitute. It was really, really bad. It kind of earned the explosion. But it got me through that fight, so whatever. Then Halucha. I mean, this guy came to like 8 fights. he really came to like 8 fights and got no kills. I know this guy is broken if you lean hard into the Encore stuff. It was just something I never really did or never really needed. Or anytime I looked, it wouldn't have actually done the job. I basically went Encoreless all playthrough until E4. But, dude, it's on my E4 team. I can't be mad at him anymore. Azumarill. This mon's really good. This mon surprised me so much. This is also natural. So it's kind of crazy. But Azumarill is really good. I gave it my Draining Kiss TM. It gets a really good flex slot. For like Surf, or Fake Tears, or Rock Smash, or Brick Break. This is a really good Pokemon. Big Fat is kind of whatever. I think the other ability also is kind of like not... Oh no, it's always Big Fat. Like, it's good for pivoting, I guess, if you need to take a Flare Blitz or something. Yeah, it is a quad fire resist. But yeah, this guy was really cool. I really liked Azumarill. I remember when I got it, I thought it would just be really bad and just enough to get me through Pyre Tag. And it barely got me through Pyre Tag. This guy clutched the fuck up for me to not wipe on Pyre Tag if I'm being... Or not Pyre Tag, Pyre Gauntlet. If I'm being completely honest. I had a really bad Pyre Gauntlet line. And this guy clutched up. Arrow. This guy's pretty good. I didn't have him for long. Because I got him right before Victory Road. Or like in the middle of Victory Road. I never got the Mega. Never needed it. Plus attack, arrow. It would have been cool to have this for like longer. Minus speed is a bit tough, but 31 IV. I could see the vision with this guy. Like, I could see why it's really touted. And even Archeops, you know, seems pretty good. Muck got me a riskless Pyre Tag. It was able to... It had a high enough attack stat to where I could investless Boom on turn 1. No candies, no scales, no gem even. I used a Life Orb. I didn't even need normal gem. Really cool guy. I would have liked to keep him for hideouts, but at the same time, I don't know how much it would have really done. Ended with Embargo. Torkoal. Holy goat. Another Shell Armor guy with Protect. Like, Rapid Spin. I was super down on this dude until the hideouts. Or like Tate and Liza, I think. I didn't use him a single time until like Aqua Hideout. And then, yeah, I was crazy down on this. I thought it was like overhyped. And I have a plus Spadef Torkoal too. Like, it's a really good one. This is a really good Torkoal. And then, like, once I started using it, it just took off, and I was constantly using it. It's really solid. There's just, like, a good stretch of the game where it was not useful to me at all. It was kind of weird. Turtonator, I love this Pokemon. This guy is so fun. Modest Turtonator with Overheat Draco Meteor. I would have loved to keep this guy alive longer. But I remember I had to sack him to Aqua Hideout. This is one I almost kind of regret, because it was between this and Donphan. And I sacked this instead. I did use Donphan a couple times, but not much. I guess I figured I had Torkoal, so this guy was sackable for just Shell Armor, Fire type with Spin. And I kept Donphan instead. I kind of wish I kept this guy. Or I wonder what would have happened if I kept him. Camerupt's kind of whatever. It killed like 2 Torkoals and then blew up. It's not that good. It had Magma Armor, that's cool. Mega Camera Up seems fun, but also not great because it's super slow. Gyarados somehow survived. I think Gyarados is kind of bad in this game, or just extremely IV dependent, but my guy is really good IVs. I think this guy's just kind of bad. Yeah, sorry, Sandy. I think Gaylord Michigan is not that good. But it gives you incredible dupe routing for the rest of the game to get Slow Twins and Golisopod. So, I will say though, I scaled Power Whip on this guy and he helped me through Seafloor Cavern. So, do he want to send this message? So he did save my ass in Seafloor Cavern. I'll give Gaylord that. Caracosta, pretty good mon. I didn't have it for long. It was really, really good in Magma Hideout. Insanely good in Magma Hideout. And Aqua Hideout. So good there. This guy was not even a protect bot for me. This guy's... well, it just has swagger now, but it had knockoff Power Gem, Liquidation, Rock Slide, I think? No, Stone Edge. My second most clicked move with this Pokemon was definitely Power Gem, and I think it's kind of cool. Power Gem Caracosta is pretty neat. It does basically everything Rock Slide would. For everything that you're fighting Caracosta with already. Kecleon. Holy shit, this Kecleon was crazy. Plus attack Kecleon with decent bulk. Pretty damn good guy. And gave me a space tag win. I like this guy a lot. And gave me second scanner. Oh my god. Top 5, emotional top 5 Pokemon next. Holy shit, I could gush about Avalugg for like an hour. Oh, I love this Mon. Oh, this guy was so fun. It's not good, but it gave me some of my favorite lines. The chain kill it got in Seafloor Cavern. Oh, it was great. I don't... Rapid Spin maybe is a little cope. I probably should have dropped Rapid Spin at some point if I wanted him to be a bit more usable. Maybe like Gyro Ball instead. But super awesome. Octillery literally is whatever. I used it like 2 times and then it died to Cycling Road Rival. It gave me Golly duping. I can't say much about this Mon. Togekiss? Pretty good. Pretty solid Mon. Its nature, or its ability is always useless. Max speed became max speed. I like this Mon. I think it's cool. Another one that I love to use, like not a great Mon, but I love to use it, was Delmise. I had some really cool lines with Delmise. I would have loved to have this through like Magma Hideout. I think it would have been super cool. To actually, I never got to utilize Steelworker. I think the only move I ever clicked on this guy was Giga Drain. Like, actually, I think the only move I ever clicked was Giga Drain. Plus special attack, Delmise. Super fun Mon. Krabby killed the Bisharp on Roxanne and then got sacked. It was Sheer Force Crab, not Shell Armor. Would have been cool to, you know, keep using, but 1 attack as well. Kind of whatever. Seismitoad, people kind of gush about this guy, and I can kind of understand it. He was nice early. I don't think it's all that. I mean, mine is also pretty solid. I don't think it's that great. Never really found great use for him. But I also had like 7 ground types always, so it was just always coming up short. And then this one's crazy hot take. I think Enamorus is not that good. I actually think this Pokemon is kind of mid, and I do not think I think you hunt for it for second roamer, maybe, if you're really looking for a good Drake answer. Because I think it can kind of do some stuff on Drake, and like it can do Drake doubles. But it also requires like 7 scales to do anything. Maybe 5 if you're lucky. It needs plus speed, so like maybe 4 if you're really lucky. But it needs Tailwind, it needs Draining Kiss, it needs plus speed, it needs max speed, and it needs max special attack. It costs so much. I don't think it's that good. I'm pretty sure I used Togekiss more than it in Victory Road as well, because Togekiss was bulkier. My Enamorus got as many kills as my Dead Bruxish, for example. Bruxish actually seemed kind of fun. I got this really late. I would have maybe enjoyed using this Mon. It came with 31 attack. With Dazzling, I think this Mon's kind of fun. Can't say much about it, though. Game Corner Sock. The reason this run is alive. Came with low defense, high spadef to give the proper download boost for P2, and then beat it, and then also beat Chinchino, and died. I used this on one fight, but it was an extremely important one. My Lodic, I should have sacked this Mon like 4 times over. This thing is a crazy bum. I actually think this is probably the worst thing in my box over Basculegion. Because I caught this at too bad of a level to get Recover, so this is its moveset. Still got Flail and Splash. And it hit minus speed as well, which is pretty bad. Rapid Fire, Flygon, pretty bad. I could see if you get this in Desert, it's cool. If you get it after Magma Hideout, like I did, it's pretty bad. It really does nothing. Mine also came, I think, 0 attack. Cast Form does its job and dies, and that's cool. Good for it. It gives you Life Orb. Grimmsnarl, I thought would be a bit more interesting. I never really got to use it. It's not bulky enough to, like, come in on anything. Sableye I got to use 1 time, and it did its job. So, I'll give it to it. I would have preferred Banette or Gengar in its spot, but it did the one thing I needed it to, so... You know what? You get it. Sharpedo, I never used this Pokemon. Can't say anything. Same with Lantern, I never used Lantern. Sharpedo did dupe out for Aerodactyl. But I did use Frostlass. This Mon seemed kind of fun. I think you also get it insanely late. Like, you can't even get Frostlass till you beat Lily Cove Rival, even if you got Snowrun, which is crazy. But I think this Mon's kind of neat. It's like Freeze Dry as well. It's cool. Cradily, I didn't use this at all. It was a raw sack to a double battle fight. Did not use once. Absol, I thought would be cool, and then I sacked it. So it never got to do anything. I not sack, I accidentally let it die. Adamant Absol. I made a mistake and got it killed. And Honchkrow, Giga Bum. Giga Insano Bum. This guy does nothing, in my opinion. People touted like Skuntank and Honchkrow is really good. I think this guy does nothing. He was awful. Ended up just being a raw sack to Archie 2? Yeah. To Archie's Kyogre. That's it. That's all the Mons. And with, how many alive? 38. Oh, no, 33. I had more deaths than Pokemon alive by the end. 33 alive, 35 deaths. Okay. I don't really got anything else to do. Honestly, I'm not kind of just yapping already. Let's I gotta go cool down. uh, yeah, I gotta go cool down. I don't know what that is. Okay. We are gonna go raid Algebraic. I think they're doing Run and Bun. It looks like it. Yes. They were in here earlier. Thank you every gang for being around for Run and Bun. This game was so fun. I don't know if I'll end up streaming New Game Plus. I'll see. This is already the most I've streamed in a year by far, and it's only like April. I usually stream maybe 15 times in a year, so I would say, thank you to everyone that followed, but unless I end up like really going in on Null or New Game Plus, I probably won't be streaming much, except for maybe like some casual games. But I appreciate all the support, regardless. Yeah. Goodbye. I don't know what else to say. It was super fun. This game was so fun.